welcome to the show. We at Trucking Life welcome you all. Now, pull that rig over, hit the head, grab a drink and snack, settle in, and let's get this show on the road. And now, your host.
Hello, good morning, everybody. Good morning, my love.
No, it's not a good morning.
Yes,
Too cold up there. No, I need to be back where it's 90-degree weather. That's too cold.
You are only in Arkansas, boob titter. It's not that cold.
Yeah,
you
it's
could
40
be in
degrees.
Minnesota or Wisconsin.
It's 40 degrees. When you come out of 90-degree into 40-degree, it's cold.
You're
There's
spoiled.
no chance for change. No.
You're just spoiled, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Arkansas is in the house. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, John. Good morning, Gary. Everybody else that's watching this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
As you can see, this is Brooklyn and Johnny Dean, and we are your hosts today. So welcome to our Sunday brunch with Trucking Life.
And we're sorry for y'all. I'm not going to pay for your meds or your prescriptions after you get done with this show.
We don't cover your therapy that you're going to need. It just doesn't happen. All right. So, baby, you're in Arkansas. It's only 40 degrees and you're boob titting. How are my doggies? That's my question.
I don't know. They're sleeping.
Well, are they wonderful? Do they miss me? Do they miss me? They miss me.
Not really.
Nope. We're with Dad. We're working, Mom. Yeah, we're trucking doggies.
They don't really miss you. They're on the truck just kind of doing their thing. Yeah. Yeah, they're like, Mom, who's that?
Do we have a Mom? Do we have an Aunt Sarah? Do we have an Uncle Jed?
Yeah. Yeah, they try to chase around the lizards and the iguanas, you know. Yeah.
That was funny, you guys. So Johnny was loading in Miami the other day, and this one location that we've pulled out loads from quite a few times, they are like totally inundated with iguanas. And the fact that Jack got to see them this time, that cracks me up. I bet he was freaking out.
Yeah, he couldn't grasp the concept that each time they whipped him with their tail.
Did he actually get close enough?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
well,
yeah. He would sneak up on him.
I was surprised he did not get one attached to his lip and him freaking out and like the whole thing.
Oh no, he got smacked twice by a tail, twice, and he still went back for more. He was. I finally had to call him and tell him, you're a stupid dog. You know that, right? You're a dumb dog.
I knew he said that he was excited and wanting to get a hold of them, but I didn't know that he actually came in contact with them.
Yes. Brutus.
Luckily, you have Brutus on the leash, right?
No.
Yeah. Was he getting attacked by iguanas too?
No, Brutus was just kind of standing there like, hey, are you my friend? Are you my friend?
Right.
He wasn't quite sure what to do. He was just kind of following Jack. Jack was being the brave guy. Brutus was just kind of like, what are you? What is this thing? The little one.
I see this pattern. You know how they talk about animals taking on the personality and the behaviors of their humans, right? So I see this pattern. Who else do we know in this relationship that takes crazy risks and tries to approach wild animals?
Me, I approached you.
Oh, whatever. Truth, touche. But you guys have all heard the story. If you guys ever, have been in the truck with Johnny and I when we're streaming, when we're out on the road together. By the way, Mama is going back on the road for a couple months with Johnny later this spring. So
Crazy.
Livin
That was
Lovin
my time
Truckin.
in the bed.
Better enjoy that time in the brand new truck all by yourself while you got it. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, we're going to be back together as a family for about 6 or 8 weeks. And we're going to run around the country together later this spring. So anyway, for those who have not been in our antics in the past, yeah, this is just a preview, just saying.
Yeah, I'm the only man that she ever dated or married that, you know, crawled behind a little teeny sapling tree just to take a picture of a grizzly bear, you know.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't a tree. I'm pretty sure it was a bush. It was very similar in size to a huckleberry bush.
It was a pine tree that was growing. I promise you.
No, that was one of them. But the one you were behind, for the most part, while you were army crawling 30 yards from a live grizzly bear in Yellowstone, while the Asians tour bus was taking pictures of you, not the bear, and I was backing up towards the car. That bush, about that big, just enough to cover your head.
Right, so it hid me.
Huh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
The Japanese were like, "Oh, look, the American."
Oh my hell. Okay, guys, so we're going to get into a couple different topics today. We'll bring you some updates on Ukraine. We'll give you some updates on the convoy going across the United States. And we're going to talk about it's basically, why do you look like you're bored and staring at the ceiling, my love? Oh, snap. Anywho, but we are going to also just cover our main topic is life on the road as individuals and as a married couple. We'll just kind of touch on some highlights of that. And I want to bring more information, just life on the road as truckers independently too. So got some information. Before we go into all of that, I really want to take a minute and we're going to debut a special project for you guys today. Margaret DeBelot, Miss D, the job coach, that trucking chick. You all know her. You know that she has been, working alongside our tribe here at Trucking Life for a long time. And we truly do just love everything that she brings to the table in our partnerships on different projects. And I'll tell you right now, Margaret had a vision, you guys. And you all have seen the rant. I think it viral. I don't know if she's in the million views yet, but she's getting there. If you have not seen this viral video, it's on that trucking chick. I highly recommend you go check it out. But Margaret, has a passion. She is the founder of hashtag Change the World. And she's been working on just different projects that will help make the world a better place in general. But now she is taking on a project, you guys, and she asked Trucking Life to partner with her on this project. And us ladies here at Trucking Life, we were so excited to partner with her on this specific project. So this is a co-creation between Margaret and her endeavors and Trucking Life. And you guys, I want to introduce to you Margaret's hashtag Truckers Are Humans. Let's roll that video.
Margaret DeBelot, aka That Trucking Chick, and founder of the hashtag Change the World movement, partnering with Trucking Life Incorporated, proudly present to you the hashtag Truckers Are Humans. We have always been your essential workers, transporting all your goods, fruits, vegetables, eggs, milk, all your mail, medical supplies, and any ordered products are moved by us. We work 14-hour days, 70 hours a week, driving hundreds of miles a day. Whether we're sick, hurt, or tired, we roll. Sleeping wherever we can find a place to park, whether it's safe or not. Driving as far as our logs will allow us to. Eating whatever is available, if anything. Enduring long, dark highways, slick, snowy roads, and all those rush hours and traffic jams that you hate, we live in every single day. Missing our families and only seeing them a few days a month. Why do we subject ourselves to all of this? We drive for them. We drive for you. We drive for our country. As you venture out into the world and interact with us on these roads, highways, and interstates, give us a smile, extend a hello, get to know us and our trucking life. So please remember, we are human just like you, not machines. We want life, liberty, and freedom like any other Americans would. We are human. We are truckers. We change the world for you.
What did you think, my love?
Did you have to really put pictures of my bald head in there?
Yes.
Come on now. No, I thought that was really good. I really like that. That was what's the word I'm looking for? The thing that was very heartfelt, but very to the point, and very it got to show it showed the side of us that people don't get to see.
Yeah.
All they usually see is us and the truck. That got to show that all of us that was put on there. It showed that we all, our families. It showed that we are just like everybody else. We have families at home, and I really liked the way that that was put together. That was really nice.
And we did have to condense it just a hair to get it on Restream for you guys today. But the full version will be available on our website, truckinglife.live, later today, I believe. So keep an eye out. Go check out the full version on our website, truckinglife.live. It's not up there right now, guys. We will get that uploaded today, though. But go watch it when you get an opportunity.
Yeah, definitely watch it. Margaret, Margaret has set out with a goal, and she is on fire right now.
Mm-hmm.
I support her 100% in what she's doing here because we as truck drivers, we are human just like everybody else. We
Right.
have our children. We have babies at home that are still in diapers. We have wives that we leave, for weeks and weeks at a time. And it is hard for us. We have feelings just like everybody else. We are sad when we have to leave. We are happy when we get back. So I give I give definitely kudos and a shout out to Margaret for embarking in this endeavor, and whatever I can do to help her with it and support her on it. I yeah, I'm definitely all for it, because uh, I'm just gonna say it. The general public needs to realize that us truck drivers, like I said, are not machines. We are humans, and we have families and babies at home too.
Yeah, and we're really excited at Trucking Life here to partner with her on that project.
Yeah.
She's really committed to, especially after everything that's happening in the world, everything that's been going down with Canada and the convoy and the truckers. It just spurred a lot of emotion that we have a desire to bridge that gap, that knowledge gap. We'll never be able to perfectly articulate into every person's brain what we go through on the road out here as truckers, how that lifestyle and culture can be so different than life at home on a regular 9-to-5 job. But we'll never be perfect. But I love that she's so passionate about taking that step to try to bridge that gap, to try to just educate the public and bring people together with common understanding.
But if we can reach 6 out of 10 people, hey, then we've accomplished something.
If we
Even better.
reach 5 people total, I mean, we've accomplished something.
Right.
Yep. And obviously we're going to have a bigger, farther reach than that. We're going to spread this far and wide as it grows. It's a continually evolving and fluid project, and we're just so excited for her and her passion. So.
And what I like about it is, that goes back to, the many years that I've been driving out here, and I've always said that, I wish people could see what we go through and what we do and see that we are human,
Right.
For 32 years I've been saying that, and now Margaret is taking it a step further. And that is one reason that I really love it, and I'm really on board behind her to back it, is because of that. This is, it's just really awesome. And you're doing an awesome job, Margaret.
Yeah, we sure love her. And we want to be sure and thank everyone who submitted pictures or donated pictures or video for that project. And my little brother.
I don't know about that Pat dude. I don't know about that Pat dude. I don't know if it's real. That was some explicit pictures right there.
No, we didn't show the Mickey Mouse ears. We wanted to, but we didn't show those. But no, I'm just teasing. But and we also need to give a huge shout out to my little brother Jed Mitchell. You guys, he is just growing in his video production quality, and he's passionate, and he's doing a great job. So we just want to tell him how much we appreciate his work on that project, and obviously with Trucking Life on our live shows twice a week. He's putting in so much time and effort and love, and we're so grateful.
Yeah, he might have a new career here pretty soon.
I'm looking that way.
Might go into TV production.
Right. Well, let's take a commercial break, and when we come back, you guys, Johnny and I will give you some updates on what's going on with the convoy here in the United States, and we'll talk just a little bit on what's going on with Ukraine and what's happened in the last 24 hours.
No.
Are you tired of overpaying the IRS year after year? Let me find you every possible legal deduction to reduce your tax liability. Specializing in over-the-road drivers, owner-operators, and their families, I can help you. We have a free mobile app and same-day cash advances available. Contact me, Sarah Darling, at 903-932-8249 or email sarah.darling@lgmfinancialconsulting.com. We are an authorized IRS e-file.
I know that Sarah Darling chick. I know her. Yeah. I know her sister. Yeah.
They're both
That's
crazy.
Why I have no hair left anymore.
That all three of the Kinney sisters are a little nutty. That's what I've heard.
Right. That's why I have no hair left, is I know the oldest one. And holy crap, boy. Woo.
What? I listen to you.
Here, have an orange ring. Or
is that orange or peach?
No, this is a peach ring. Have a peach ring.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you want to give updates on the convoy real quick?
Well,
I was excited how much and New Mexico love them, but
two of the convoys are doing really good. One of the convoys fizzled out when I got to Vegas. Ended up only being 5 trucks. So they squashed that one. And we're sending some of those trucks that were supposed to meet up in Salt Lake and Denver and stuff down to where the
meet
other
up with the other one.
convoys
Yeah.
are. Tucumcari really rocked. Albuquerque really rocked. They were just all over on the get on, get off ramps, lining the what you call those things across the freeways? Overpasses.
Mhm.
And just so much support. And then when they got to Tucumcari, the mayor of Tucumcari actually had the trucks come down Main Street and park, and so that he could come out and stand on one of the flatbeds that they had set up, so he could come out and personally thank the truck drivers for what they are doing and support them, and let them know that they had his full support. The community showed up for it. It was amazing how many people were actually there. Amarillo, Texas, you guys rock.
They had, what did they have, babe?
They had a flyover. They had planes fly over when the convoy rolled into Texas. As you can see in this picture, folks, you look at the sides of the road right there, the frontage road, the overpass right there. It is just packed.
And you guys, that was every overpass going through Amarillo on the 40 as they came through.
And on that, and on that, there is all sorts of walks of life right there, from your employers to, to everybody. It didn't matter who you were. All true-blooded Americans right there. That is exactly what it is. Out to support the same cause that we are all working for, and it's not just for us. We are doing it, and the convoy is doing it for everybody. We're doing it for everybody's well-being. We're trying to make a point for everybody. We're trying to be the voice of everybody. And to have that kind of support really means a lot to us truck drivers. Having the flyover, having the mayor supporting us, having Amarillo support us, Albuquerque, there is a convoy that is in that just was outside Baltimore, getting ready to come into DC, and they had a reporter today or yesterday that talked to the main person that led it, and it was out of Pennsylvania, and he's an owner of a trucking company himself, and he owns a tow truck company. Well, everybody there are a lot of people that seem to think that we are there to cause hate, discontent. There's a lot of people that are saying that that we need to we need to just disperse, go back home because the COVID mandates need to stay out there, this needs to stay out there. Well, I'm here to tell you folks, it's not just about the mandates, it's about the fuel prices, it's about the taxes, it's about everything that is going on. We're not there to create problems. We're not there to destroy Washington, D.C. We're not there to riot. We're there very peacefully. Truck drivers can be very peaceful people. They're planning on going on the outer loop in Washington, D.C. and doing what they call a slow roll and slowing the freeway down. And they're not planning on going to right downtown where the Capitol building is or where the White House is or where any of that is. They're not actually planning on doing that. So, there's a lot of misleading news on what really is going on and what's not going on. The government has brought in 500 troops, and they've brought them from 2 different
National Guard units.
They're unarmed. They will be in military vehicles, but they are unarmed, and they're there specifically for traffic control. That's all they're there for.
Traffic and crowd control, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Now there is talk and there has been rumor that Biden has talked about putting up a security border fence around the White House. There's no real proof about that, but that is what has been going around in the ears of birds and stuff. Whether it happens or not, is still yet to be seen. Biden is doing the union, his speech that's coming. Right. So that is when a lot of the truck drivers, that is going to be on, I think, the first. A lot of the truck drivers are going to try and show up on the first and between the first and the fourth. So, that's when they're going to try and be there. What's the gentleman that is in the convoy?
Trucker G?
Trucker G. He's one of the convoys, folks. We follow him.
Southern route.
Him and his wife are in one of the convoys, and they're doing a lot of updates. So if you get a chance to go follow Trucker G, go check out his updates. He's got a lot of really good live updates, and he has a lot of good things to say. And Trucker G, he's a character, but he's really good to follow. I like following him. I love listening to a lot of his content, and a lot of what he says is true. We are not politically correct. We're going off of what we know and what we've heard and what we've seen. But I'm not going to tell anybody to believe what I have to say. Everybody has their own opinion and can make up their own decisions in mine. But I am bringing to light what I do see. So yeah, go check out the convoys, folks. Go check out what we're really actually out there trying to do, and don't take everybody's word for it. Judge it for your own.
Do the research yourself, right?
Yes, and use your own judgment.
And so you can find a lot of their information on the convoy at the peoplesconvoy.com, I believe, or the peoplesconvoy.org. I apologize. I don't have that right off the top of my head. But then also we have posted links of just different random information that is out there all in one location for you guys to find, certain updates as you're looking for them. So when it comes to trucking, we will try to provide a lot of those different links for you on our Trucking Life Facebook page. So feel free to make sure you're following that page for any different updates that come available. So I'm just going to touch real briefly on what's happening around the world. Everybody knows that Russia invaded Ukraine over the last several days. With that invasion, the NATO and all the larger powers in the world have implemented sanctions, mainly targeting their banking there in Russia. And the specific sanctions that they have imposed on Russia has made Putin respond aggressively. This morning, as of this morning, he has put all of their weapons on high alert. And that includes their nuclear weapons. So just as an FYI, there's a photo right there of Putin, and that's what it basically says on the bottom, that he puts the Russia's nuclear deterrent forces on high alert. So that has obviously sparked a lot of conversation, a lot of live coverage, a lot of different programs talking about it this morning. What that means, whether it's all show, it's political ball game, political football, or whether we're headed into World War III. There's a lot of speculation both ways. So just as an FYI, we're not going to post those links on our website because it's not trucking related, but it is world related. So I just kind of wanted to give a basic update to that. We're going to go ahead and go to commercial, and then we'll come back and talk about a few more things relating to trucking.
Hi, this is Johnny and Brook from Livin Lovin Truckin. You can follow us on Trucking Life, where us and our fur babies travel across the United States and watch our stories as they unfold right in front of your own eyes and see the little beautiful things and adventures from our office. You never know what you are going to see. Every day is a new beginning and a new adventure. May you all have a beautiful, blessed day.
I sound
I
like
know
a
that.
frog in that commercial.
Yeah, we're gonna re-record your audio just because you, yeah, your tone was kind of funny. It was sweet though. But I have to tell you, one of these days, you guys, we're gonna have a freaking bloopers version. Like you guys caught Johnny rolling his eyes right before it went to commercial. Jed, every time, I swear, I'm in the background. One of my last things to do, and I can't believe I'm saying this on live TV, but it's hilarious. One of the last things I do is, oh my gosh, do I have a booger? You know, and so I'm grabbing a tissue while it's counting down to, you know, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here's your host. I've got tissues up my nose twirling, making sure I don't have any, you know, hangers. And I'm sure Jed sees that every single time because I'm in the background and he can see everything. And so it just kind of makes me laugh. One of these days we're going to have
You mean you don't go like this?
No! Of course not. No.
Oh wait, I got
no.
a furry dog here, so I could just wipe it out. You know.
I'm going to pretend you did not say. All right, guys. So, you know, Johnny and I have been married for almost 6 years, you guys. 6
And I'm
years this
still
year.
alive, folks. Can you believe
It's
that?
amazing. It's amazing.
That's why I don't let her sleep with her gun.
Says you. But we've also been trucking that entire time, you guys. We met and started our life on the semi together. I obviously was fairly new to trucking. He's been doing it most of his life. So, but we started our marriage and our relationship on truck, and that's pretty much all we knew for what, babe? First 2.5, 3 years, 2.5 years.
At least 2 years.
Yeah,
That's all we knew.
that's all we knew.
mean, we started our lives on the truck so much so that when I went and picked her up, I had the truck full load, and I went and picked her up right at her front door, and she threw her bags on the truck, and the way we went.
Yep.
And
was
we took
crazy.
off, and we've been trucking ever since, you know.
Mhm.
And
Our first, so we both put everything in storage, you guys, and we literally we put everything we owned in storage. Got a PO box.
Wait. She put everything that she owned in storage sheds. Okay, she
No,
had
no,
like
no, no, no.
2
It was a
households full.
unit.
I had all I had for putting in storage fit on the top bunk, you know, up there. So I was good, you know. We had to rent a couple of U-Hauls for her stuff. Okay,
Hey,
let's put that straight.
anywho, so we started our life out with just what we could fit in a truck together, and we literally lived. We didn't have a house to go home to for the first 9 months, babe. In March of the following year of 2017 is when we bought the house here in Texas. Right.
Yep.
And how many months was it, babe? Do you think that all we had in the house was our bed, and 2 folding chairs and a folding table in the living room kitchen?
Months and months and months and months.
Yeah.
Probably at least 5 months.
You're right. You know, and that's the thing too, you guys, is that when Johnny and I started our marriage together, we came out the gung-ho with huge ambition that we were going to run our ass off, you know, for 10 years, get us in a position. All of our kids are adults, you know. And so he and I were able to just start with a clean slate in a new state in our marriage and our relationship. And we wanted to work our ass off, you know, for years to come to get us in a position together to be able to retire how we want to. And I'll tell you, life has thrown us curveballs, and so it's made it so that those plans have been changed slightly. But I'll tell you what, they have not been derailed. Johnny and I have been apart for a couple months now, and I'm going to get back on the truck for a couple months. But later this year, the life that you see Johnny Dean and Brooklyn living will be together. There's those eye rolls again. He acts like I am the only one who misses him, and he lies.
You
I think say
know what's nice about driving a truck, folks, is just the different things that you get to see. When you're driving with your wife, you know, yeah, you're in a little square box, and sometimes that little square box seems like it's the size of a 2-year-old tennis shoe box. But you learn to cope with it, and it teaches you how to make a marriage work, folks. How to make it work. Because you have no choice but to make it work when you're in this little box. Because neither one of you are going to get out in a state, that you don't know, that's, 8, 9, 1,000, 12, 14, 1,600 miles away from your state.
right.
Are you going to get out? No, I don't know too many people.
Well, and and I know that this is going to come as a surprise to any of you who know us really well. Insert sarcasm. But Johnny and I are very passionate personalities, and that includes when we fight. And there were so many times that square box was way too small. I don't know, that poor passenger side door, you guys. I'm a fit thrower, and you can't leave very far in a truck. You can get out and slam the door if you want to. Four-door didn't do nothing to you. Or the biggest thing that, because usually a lot of times the arguments that we were having was while one of us was driving. And so then the biggest next thing is you slam the curtain. And I'm not the only one that slammed the curtain, just so we're clear. But
she used to tell me to pull the truck over because she's going to get out. I'd ask her, where? You're going to get out in the middle of nowhere here? Okay, I'll pull over. You can get out in the middle of nowhere, and then she would think about it for a minute and be like, never mind. And that's when she'd go slam the curtain, Yeah,
right. You guys, I'm telling you, anybody who has lived with their spouse in a box like that for a significant amount of time, even when we're out on the road together for like 2 or 3 months before we go home, what did we decide, babe? 1.5 months or 2 months was the max? Because after a certain point, it doesn't matter how much you love each other and how much that you're each other's best friend. That doesn't matter. At a certain point, you're just done. You need to breathe somebody else's used air.
Well, and when you have a bigger sleeper, like our big bunk was, that makes a big difference because you have a lot of room to get around, a lot of room to move. In a littler truck like we got right now, you don't have much room to move around. You don't have a lot of room.
Yeah.
So, there is a difference on how long you can stay out and how much, if it's easy or not, depending on the size of bunk that you got. If you got what's a luxury motorhome on the back, yeah, it's pretty easy, but if you got something little like this, yeah, it seems to be a little cooped up and a little boxy at times.
But, with that, we say that because we want everybody to understand, that in the trucking industry, you still have other obstacles to overcome that may be different than what you deal with in life. You know what I mean? But in the semi, when you're together as a couple, I think that it forces you to learn better communication styles. I think that it forces you to learn to be patient. That's not my forte. I love everybody around me, and I'm so sorry in advance. But
I have patience.
You have great patience.
Yes.
I mine is just thin. It's just not hardly there. I wish it was
This is,
different.
do you see how small that gap is right there, folks? That is her patience. Just saying. And the only reason I can talk like that is because she's clear over there in Texas. She's not here right now, so I don't have to worry about going to bed tonight. I can sleep with both eyes closed.
He acts like he is so picked on. I just,
To
it's
be,
just not.
to be honest with you, folks, oh, look at the shit stir stick down there at the bottom.
They're in the
To be honest with you, you know, I love driving around the countryside with my wife. I totally enjoy it because it gives us the chance to, we can actually take a vacation whenever we please, you know, and you know, get paid to go to where we want to go to vacation. So like, there was a time where we went down to Florida. We took like 4 or 5 days, and we
That was
parked
so
the truck
fun.
and we went and rented a car, got a motel room, and we took Jack to the doggy babysitters
Doggy
for the
groomers.
whole
And
team for the 5 days. And
they
we just,
loved him.
yeah, we went and drove around Florida for 5 days on vacation. Just did whatever we wanted to. We
It
got
was
paid
the
to go
best
down
ever.
there, and you know, and then we vacationed. You know,
Yeah.
so you know, there's a lot of things you can do when you really sit and think about it as a truck driver. You know,
And
you can
plan.
go a lot
You
of
have to
places.
plan.
Yeah, you have to plan for it, but
Right.
if you plan ahead, which is trip planning,
Right.
you can make it very interesting. You know,
For sure.
it's a lifestyle that is not easy. It is hard. Um, this is a lifestyle that you either born to do or you're not. That's how it goes. You don't just wake up one day and go, I'm going to be a truck driver now. It don't work that way. Uh, it's definitely something that is in your DNA. I have to honestly say that.
I think that's true. A lot of the men and women that we know who are in trucking, a lot of them have that as part of their story, where they say, you know what, we were just drawn to it, and we will never do anything different. That's a lot of people. And Johnny and I have personally, met while we're out on the road. We've met a lot of people who had different careers, and chose to change their life completely and come into teaching, and are so glad they did. Some of them have done it as like a pre-retirement type of career, just to part-time retire now by seeing the country while you work.
We met a couple. You'll probably remember. He was a high-end chef,
Chef out of Dallas,
chef, and she was a trauma ER nurse.
Yes.
Remember? And they both quit their jobs and both came out here to drive truck together as a team. Quit those high-end jobs, come drive truck, because it was more appealing and more exciting, and they love it. And they said that they're doing better than they were when they were a chef and a trauma nurse. Yeah, you remember that couple?
I do. And what's interesting about that conversation is we met them, I think it was about a year and a half into their journey. That's how, soon that recently that they had changed their lives completely. Right. And they had zero regrets. You know what I mean? They had worked out some pretty good kinks. They realized that it was different than what they anticipated. And it was different for me. I mean, I drove over the road regionally, just in Idaho, Montana, Wyoming for about 2 years before Johnny and I met and got married. But being over the road and doing all 48 lower states all year round was a total different ballgame for me. And getting to see the culture, the differences in the truck stops, some of the not so pleasant parts of trucking, it was still an adjustment. So people who choose that to do that together as a husband wife, I think it's just awesome.
I remember telling you, are you sure you're ready for this? You're like, oh yeah, I got this. I know about this. Yeah, this is no big deal. I kept trying to explain to her folks that she had no clue what was going on out here. She was just barely scratching the surface, and yeah, she after she got out here for her first after the first 6 7 months of being out here, she finally looked at me and she goes, "You know, babe, you're right." She says, I have no clue what's going on out here, no clue at all. Yeah,
Yeah.
and and it's not that trucking is bad. It's just you do not, if you're just a little regional driver, you're home every night and stuff. You don't see what's going out here across the different states, across the borders.
Mhm.
Just there's so much more. It's such a bigger
Bigger picture.
picture than what you
Yeah.
realize when you're at home.
Right.
Yeah.
And I personally, through the ups, the downs, the ugly, the good, the bad, I wouldn't change it for the world. Johnny Dean, and I have had some ups and downs in our relationship, in our careers, all the things. But we're focused. And the physical stuff that, has transpired that has limited what our original dream was going to be isn't going to deter us. It's not
That's
going to
just
stop
slowed us
us.
down a little bit, folks. That's just
Slow us
that's
down. It
just
was
a
a little
little
bump in the road, but you know
bump
what?
in the road.
We've been talking a lot about it lately, late at night when we're getting ready to go to bed and we're laying our heads on our pillows, talking to each other. And it was a speed bump for us, and we're passionate. We have a goal. We want to be together, and we want to show the world what this trucking life is all about.
I have to be pretty passionate about it, folks. For 32 years, this is what I've done for a career. So, and even though the industry is the way it is now, and it's rough right now, I'm still proud, and I'm proud to be a truck driver. I still enjoy being a truck driver. I still love being a truck driver. I still see something new. Even though I've been in Memphis, Tennessee, I don't know how many times I've been through there. I see something new every single day. At least one new thing every day that I go through there. Something new. Whether it's a new building, it's a new street, it's a new bridge, just something new, just something that I didn't see the first time or the second time or the fourth time or the 99th billion time that I've been through there.
And I think that's one of the things I love about this career and being able to do it with you, Love, is because it's always an adventure, and you and I are always up for adventures like that. And that career, there is never the same scenery every day. Doesn't matter how many times we've been through there, something's different. And it's just every day you wake up in a new location,
Think about this, folks. Team driving, okay? I drive my little heart out all night long. Drive, 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 drive. I stop, go to bed for a couple hours with the wife. She gets up to drive, and she's when she went to bed, she was in one state. She gets up and she's in a totally different state, 2 states away.
Right.
Every single time. When I go to bed, I wake up and I'm in a different state somewhere. Every time. So we're waking up in a different state every day, every single day.
Yep.
How many people get to do that? Wake up in a different state. I know it sounds funny, but when you sit and think about it, I'm getting paid to travel the countryside and see what is out there and what the world's got to offer. I get paid to do it.
And one of the things that you and I both have talked about in the past that we love most about this career is the social interaction with people. You and I are social butterflies, both most of the time, and most of the time we're on the same page at the same time. We're both social at the same time, and we meet so many cool people, so many different walks of life, so many different cultures, different points of view, different political views, and they're all still great. Like I think that's the funnest part. One of the pictures that was in the video that we did with Margaret, that project, was that gal. Remember when we went to the Churchill Downs and just talking to people. We were at Churchill Downs watching the horse races, and just struck up conversations about what we do in this trucking life with some random stranger. And we had the best time visiting with her. But that's how it is out on the
Oh yeah,
on the
because
road.
I grabbed her out of the crowd when we were watching the
I
horses,
remember.
and I grabbed her. She was
We're
just standing
yakking.
there, and I walked over and I asked her. I says, "Will you take a picture with us?" And she was just like, "Sure, yeah," all excited to take a picture, and that's how she
Yeah.
got into the picture. That's how we got to meet her and talk to her,
Yeah.
And when we were at Churchill's Downs, you got to see all sorts of walks of life over there. You got to see the general public, and then you got to
Yeah.
see newbies like us,
Yeah.
and then you got to see money, money, and how they are at the track, and there is so much different. I'm not gonna lie, people. There is a big gap difference.
Well, and
It's
and that's
amazing.
and that's the thing. We've done a lot of our, because we've been streaming, Johnny, if you can believe this. You and I have been like live streaming. Because Johnny and I have shot videos together while we're on the road for a long time, since we first got on the truck together. But we've only actually been live streaming our day-to-day, when we were on the truck together, a year, babe. It was last January. It's a little over a year that everybody started watching us as we were hauling stuff between Atlanta and Salt Lake City. And, Brian, he just commented, honey, that and we love him too. We're so blessed to know you too, Brian, but BK. But one of the things he reminded me of, honey, is remember he said he would be our pilot car driver, except for he doesn't want to go through hot Atlanta traffic.
Let me tell you guys, I learned something a long time ago in traffic, and I will tell everybody this, especially if you drive truck for a living. I've learned to pay attention to what people are doing in their cars. I know it sounds funny.
Sometimes you don't want to, though. I'm just saying.
There are times
And
that
you
you see
sickos
things
that don't
that you got to
realize.
just kind of go like this, put on the blinder, and look the other way. But you would be amazed, folks, at what you see people doing in their cars. I mean, it is, to be honest with you, it is funny. It is very funny. I mean, you
Sometimes
see
it's
people.
funny. Sometimes it's just downright not okay. Whether
Right,
from like a moral point of view or whether talking legal point of view. I don't know how many times we've caught people doing things like watching a or reading a book on the steering wheel while they drive.
Yeah, we've seen passengers shooting up, going down the road.
Yes.
We've seen them
Yep.
rolling joints. We've seen them with a beer in their cup holder, drinking the beer.
We had one guy throw a beer can at our truck and tried to run us
the
off
truck.
the road. And when they threw the beer can full of beer at Johnny's truck, Johnny was pulling over to go beat some ass. And I'm like, "Oh, no, let's keep going." And the guy took off, luckily for him. But, anyway.
We called the cops because he was drinking and driving, and I saw that.
Yeah, and threw his beer can at us.
So the cops decided that they were going to go have a talk with him because we had the license plate number. Yeah.
But so what we're trying to sum up here, guys, is it's always an adventure. And let's take one more quick commercial break, and then we'll come back and we'll just address some of these comments that we missed.
Have you ever thought of live streaming your life behind the wheel? Trucking Life is currently looking for live streamers. Contact us at truckinglife.live@gmail.com for info on how to become part of our growing team of live streamers. Trucking Life, showing the world how it all gets moved from here to there.
I got to give another big shout out, Angela Clark, who is on vacation right now. Woman, you make me so very jealous. I have seen some of your videos you're posting in pictures. You are not playing fair. That is not fair, okay?
She is having a blast, and I can't wait for her to get back and tell us all about her adventures.
I was just going to say, it looks like you are having a total blast. I am glad you were able to let your hair down and have a blast out there. Keep having fun. We miss you over here on Trucking Life. You know, when you get back, we want to hear all about your crazy antics over there, you know, in the nice sunshiny weather. Yes, yes. Shout out to you. Glad you're having fun. Glad you guys made it over there safely. Next thing to do is when you're done, come home safe.
Right. Well, or we'll take Trucking Life International if she chooses to stay. But, you know.
Don't make me come over there and get you. That's all I'm going to say.
Her and I already had that discussion when she left. She's like, oh, what if I decide not to come home? I'm like, well,
Then if she decides not to come home, I'm going to have to go get in her Pink Pete and, you know, drive that thing. You know, I would drive the Pink Pete.
And he would drive it with glass. That's all I'm going to say. And a matching t-shirt probably. So, you know, it's all good.
Do what?
That you would drive it with class and a matching pink t-shirt.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. I'd even put on pink gloves and pink hard hat just to make it all look real.
She's got those. I have the hard hat. I think she's got gloves.
And you've got a pink vest.
Oh, I do. See? So I could
totally make it happen. Real more pink.
All right. Johnny,
that's what my shirt said.
That's right. Are you listening? George from St. Paul wants to know when you're actually going to live stream, Slacker.
I don't know. I'll think about it one day.
I think
George,
they missed.
I gotta get me a good holder to put on the window. Once I get that figured out, I'll live stream again.
Right. Mr. Richens is 5-point harnessed in his recliner as we speak, and it's bringing back memories.
You pushed in that clutch yet?
I was gonna say, but he didn't have to slam on the floor pretending he's hitting the brake this time. So, you know,
because you're not driving.
No. That was always you going downhill. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, but at least they can read the street signs and the road signs when I go by them.
I don't even really get what you're saying. I don't think it's accurate. Just saying. Okay, so BK is on here giving us all sorts of love. Brian Jackson, Arkansas, and Kay are in the house giving us lots of love. Steve, Kathy, there's a bunch of people on here, guys. I apologize. Some of the Ed, Chad, some of the comments didn't quite come through. We had a struggle with Facebook and Restream last week. Looks like we had another issue that way this week too, possibly, guys. So if your comments didn't come through, I'm so sorry. We love you a ton. And and Johnny Dean here. There's 3 different people I know of that want me to call you out. Well, 2. George just said, or call a brother back. And George, you're not the only one in that boat. Pat called me specifically this morning to ask Johnny how long it takes a piss. It takes him to take a piss because apparently last night he was taking one forever and never did call Pat back. So, George, you're not the only one. Johnny Dean does not call you back. And you can ask Jesse. You can ask the other Jess. You can ask Casey, Jordan, you know, Scott, all your BFFs.
Let's clear the air here, folks. I hate the phone. Hate it with a passion. You may not think so, but I hate the phone. I hate text message. I hate the phone. I hate it. Hate it. If I could get away with not having to have a phone, I would do it in a heartbeat. But I can't. So.
And he's just a brat. So.
I'm bad at calling people back. I'd be the first to admit it. I hate the phone. I just don't like it.
And he's sorry, and he'll try to get better.
Don't speak for me.
I was waiting for that.
I'm not going to try and promise anybody anything. Because,
there's the stir stick again.
I'm just going to say no right now. So that way, if I say yes, I haven't incriminated myself because I already said no before I said yes.
Oh, gosh. Uh-huh. All right. Hey, there's a couple of things I wanted to mention, you guys, and I will put this link on the website as well. But before we close, I don't know if any of you are members of OIDA, the Owner-Operators, what's that full? Owner-Operator Independent Drivers Association. Johnny and I are members, and so we get the Landline magazine, anyway, every month. And one of the things I wanted to point out is in the center magazines, I think they're doing it through all of their publications over the next several months anyway. They have a section that's called their political playbook by state, you guys, okay? What I wanted to tell you is we're going to put the link to this on our website, but if you want to make a difference in the trucking industry, which is what the convoy is trying to do, is make changes in the industry. OIDA is helping you know how to get in touch with your state's legislators to be able to put those comments in, put in your complaint. It gives you all the resources for phone numbers, websites, and emails directly in this directory. It's called a legislative guide. And they've got every state listed on here. So if you don't have access to that resource, but you would like to make a difference in the trucking industry, which is what we're all trying to do, I highly recommend you get involved with the organizations that are trying to make a difference. OIDA obviously is one of them. ATA is another one. There are several great industry-wide organizations who are working on behalf of the truckers out in this industry. And so having these resources available to us is just awesome to have. So I wanted to point that out before we close today and tell everybody that we love you lots and we're so glad that you joined us today. Do you have anything else you want to add, Abe, before we say goodbye?
No, other than everybody that's out there traveling, in the convoys. I hope that you all stay safe. I give you much respect, much love for what you're doing. Thank you for speaking out for the public, and I just ask the public to just remember, folks, that we are human too, and we have families just like you guys have. So when you get a chance, to take it, remember that whatever you get, in the stores, your building materials, your clothes, your food, your shoes, everything, one way or another, some shape or form, it touched a truck. And if it touched a truck, it was a truck driver that brought it. So if you get a chance to thank your neighbor who's a truck driver or just a truck driver you see, just give us a big shout out and say thank you, because that really makes our day when people just recognize that, and say hi. Just take the time to say hi to us and say thanks.
And I can't agree more. You guys, at Trucking Life, we're not taking a stance on whether people should support the convoy, whether people should participate in the convoy, whether people should, agree with what they're doing. We're not taking a stance on that at all. We believe that everybody has a voice, and their opinion or concern is also due to be heard. So with that, we sure love you guys here at Trucking Life. We're so grateful for you supporting us in the programming of just coming to visit with you about what is happening in the world and in the industry. And we're grateful for your love, for your support, for your following. And we've got lots of stuff we're rolling out here at Trucking Life. So please stay tuned. Keep in touch, keep involved, get to, follow, like, and subscribe and share all of our pages, all of our channels, and check out our new website that is constantly evolving. But we sure love you guys here at Trucking Life.
Yeah. Thank you, Missy and Ed and Pat and Heather and Angela Clark, and that trucking chick. And everybody that's involved in this, Margaret, we appreciate everybody that has helped get Trucking Life to where it is now. Thanks to everybody. So,
hey,
yeah.
Yep. As we close out, guys, Jed, can you run Margaret's condensed commercial one more time? And again, you guys, don't forget to check out the full version on truckinglife.live. But Jed, go ahead and run that for anybody who missed it at the beginning. Otherwise, thanks, guys. We love you too. And you have a wonderful day. We're going to end with this video and then we'll close it up. Bye.
Margaret DeBlot, aka That Trucking Chick, and founder of the hashtag Change the World movement, partnering with Trucking Life Incorporated, proudly present to you the hashtag Truckers Are Humans. We have always been your essential workers, transporting all your goods, fruits, vegetables, eggs, milk. All your mail, medical supplies, and any ordered products are moved by us. We work 14-hour days, 70 hours a week, driving hundreds of miles a day. Whether we're sick, hurt, or tired, we roll. Sleeping wherever we can find a place to park, whether it's safe or not. Driving as far as our logs will allow us to. Eating whatever is available, if anything. Enduring long, dark highways, slick, snowy roads, and all those rush hours and traffic jams that you hate, we live in every single day. Missing our families and only seeing them a few days a month. Why do we subject ourselves to all of this? We drive for them. We drive for you. We drive for our country. As you venture out into the world and interact with us on these roads, highways, and interstates, give us a smile, extend a hello, get to know us and our trucking life. So please remember, we are human just like you, not machines. We want life, liberty, and freedom like any other Americans would. We are human. We are truckers. We change the world for you.